Johnny's Bar and Grill, Mexican and American cuisine with daily and weekly specials, juicy burgers, mouth-watering tacos, and more. 1519 West Highway 150 in Lincolnton.
The individuals depicted have been arrested but not convicted at the time of story postings. This information does not infer or imply guilt of any actions or activity other than their arrest. We make no warranty or guarantee as to the accuracy of this data.
Welcome into the Crime Report on the WHKY News. I'm Ralph Mangum. I'll start us off in the courtroom. 42-year-old Travis Shook of Conover was sentenced Tuesday to 210 months in prison and 5 years of supervised release on drug and gun charges. Catawba County Sheriff Don Brown was among those who joined Dina J. King, U.S. Attorney for the Western District of North Carolina, as she made the announcement Tuesday. In August 2022, officers observed Shook as he walked back and forth from his property to his black Chevy Suburban, which had a white boat attached to it. Officers saw Shook place a backpack in the back seat and drive away. Officers attempted to conduct a traffic stop for multiple violations, including driving while license revoked. Shook led officers on a vehicle pursuit that ended when he crashed the Suburban and boat into a wooded area at the end of a Hickory street. Shook then ran on foot and jumped into Lake Hickory. A short time later, he was taken into custody. The backpack contained nearly 370 grams of meth, nearly $25,000 in cash, digital scales, other paraphernalia, and 2 unspent 12-gauge shotgun shells. Officers also found a Ruger semi-automatic pistol on the side of the road. The firearm had 1 round in the chamber and another round in the magazine. In August of last year, Shook pleaded guilty to possession with intent to distribute meth and possession of a firearm by a felon. Shook has a prior criminal history that includes felony convictions for assault with a deadly weapon inflicting serious injury and second-degree kidnapping. He is prohibited from possessing firearms and ammunition. Assistant U.S. Attorney Nick J. Miller, Brandon Boykin, and Regina Pack prosecuted the case. WHKY's Arianna Mack has more as a Statesville man has been sentenced in connection with a fatal overdose.
A man who provided a fatal dose of fentanyl to a Statesville resident has been sentenced to a minimum of 1.5 years in prison in connection to that death. The 19 to 32-month sentence was imposed during a recent session of Iredell County Superior Court. 27-year-old Dakota Michael Drake of Statesville was convicted of involuntary manslaughter and delivery of a Schedule I controlled substance in connection with the 2022 death of 27-year-old Julius Chance Gunter. Drake was also ordered to serve 6 to 17 months in prison for violating the terms of his probation. On July 23, 2022, Iredell County Sheriff's Office patrol deputies responded to a call regarding an unresponsive male at an address on Hickory Highway, where CPR instructions were being provided. Upon the arrival of emergency personnel, Narcan was administered and the victim was transported to a local hospital. The victim later passed away. As of earlier February 12th, Drake was being held at the Iredell County Detention Center. I'm Arianna Mack for WHKY.
Thank you, Arianna. And a man who was allegedly attempting to commit crimes on an interstate has been arrested and jailed. Rob explains.
According to police reports, the suspect in this case attempted to carjack motorists on an area interstate. The suspect was being held on an ICE detainer as of the time I'm filing this report. 32-year-old Jankly Omar Sarmiento Correa of Birmingham, Alabama, was arrested by Iredell County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with offenses including 3 felony counts of breaking and entering to a motor vehicle and single felony counts of assault with a deadly weapon on a government official and assault on a government official causing physical injury. On Sunday, February 2nd, a patrol sergeant with the Iredell County Sheriff's Office was traveling southbound on Interstate 77 near mile marker 63 when he saw a man running in the northbound lanes attempting to stop vehicles. The sergeant reported that Sarmiento Correa was acting erratically, jumping in front of multiple vehicles and attempting to pull open car doors in what appeared to be an attempt to carjack motorists. Sarmiento Correa turned toward the officer with a weapon in hand. In response, the sergeant drew his service weapon and ordered the suspect to stop. Sarmiento Correa dropped the weapon but fled from the sergeant before eventually being apprehended by the officer with the assistance of citizens. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, determined that Sarmiento Correa had previously been deported, and they placed a detainer on him. An Iredell County District court date is set for February 28th. You can get more details on this case by going to our website, WHKY.com. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
Thanks, Rob. That'll do it. Thank you all for joining us here on the Crime Report. For WHKY, I'm Ralph Mangum, reminding you to keep it clean and keep it legal.